Right, so this could be a quick breakdown on two trades I took last week. I took one on Wednesday, which was a break even. I took another one on Friday, which was a win. So in total last week, I made around 3K, 4K. I actually took this live in my premium mentorship, which will be in the bio. There's actually a 7-day free trial and also 26% off if you use a certain code, which will be in the post below. So now we'll head over to the charts and I'll talk you through my thought process. Right. So this is the trade breakdown. This is the trade I took on Friday along with my members. So if I just give you a quick top down of what I was thinking for the day. So when we were coming into this day, I understood that we had the SMT down here, and for YM it was also a daily internal range liquidity, and for NQ it also had the same. So there was SMT showing me that ES was the stronger asset, and we had the daily external from here to draw to. So then heading down to the 1 hour, this was a bit of a difficult day to navigate because there was a lot of wicks. The delivery wasn't the cleanest, but once we came down here and NQ actually swept these Asia and London lows, while ES failed to sweep them, showing me that ES was the stronger asset and NQ was the weaker asset. So ultimately, I wanted to long ES, right? So as you can see here, this is the 10 a.m. candle. We manipulated down, failed to take these lows, forming the S&T inside of a key level, while NQ was sweeping the external, the 1 hour external. ES was failing to, putting in some bullish S&T at the lows. So then from the 1 hour, we'll drop to the 5 minute. And on the 5 minute, I was originally waiting for this order block here to come back into. But as you can see, we didn't come back into that. So this is an order block because we ran this short-term low here and then we closed over this down close candle, confirming this order block, right? Obviously, as you can see, we didn't come back to it. So I had to use, I've got three entry functions. I've got a order block, I've got an inverse fair value gap, and I've got a breaker block. So as you can see here, we formed a breaker block, right? So I was either going to get in off this small breaker block here, which I actually added more of my position to, but the start of my position was this larger breaker block to the left, okay? So when we came back down, we tapped it in, and we also came into this smaller breaker block down here, which would have been a better RR. So as you can see, this was the daily external. So when we got here, I was very mindful. So I went break even, took 80% off right away. And that was because my daily drawn liquidities had been hit, right? NQ had still yet to hit this daily external. But my idea was that once ES took it, I wanted to cover myself in case we had a sharp reaction and then we came down lower all the way back down to hit. And if I got stuck break even, then so be it. But this was also getting very late into Friday. So as you can see here, it's getting to around 2:45 where I got out of the trade and it hit my TP. But in terms of the trade management, what I done was that as I said, I took this live on my premium mentorship. A lot of the members took it, and then we logged off at around 11 a.m. I think it was, maybe at half 11. And then I just said, I'm going to set and forget this, set an alert at this daily external, set an alert down here at the stop loss. Then once it got to the daily external, then I'd done that trade management I just told you about. And then I moved my alert to here. And my final alert was at my TP, obviously. So that the reason I utilize the alerts is because you can do the set and forget rule, right? So if you feel yourself that getting quite emotional in these trades, then one good way to do it is by using the alerts that TradingView offers. I think on a free plan you get like five free alerts. So you can just come in here and you go here, add an alert, and then once price comes back into this level, it will notify you if you've got the TradingView app, say on your phone or whatever. So it's just quite a good thing if you're moving around, sorry, because obviously on Fridays I wasn't sitting at the chart for the whole time. So this was the trade that I took, and the executions will be up on the screen, I believe, either in that corner or in that corner, and that will be my trade executions from my Project X. So now we'll move over into the Wednesday trade that I took and explain what happened and go through that. Right, so this is the other trade that I took on Wednesday, which resulted in a break even. So ever since I believe it was here Friday, the 2nd of January, I had a very clear bullish bias, right? So I viewed the market moving from internal to external. And even on the intermediate time frame, so the 1 hour in this case, I viewed it as a market maker buy model. And whenever it's that clean, and you can see that we found support here after this Friday's close, you can see that we were very bullish. So if we move to the 1 hour now, you'll be able to see what I mean, right? So a market maker buy model is basically we want to see the bearish PRAs being disrespected and we want to see the bullish ones being respected. So it showed me here, as soon as we inverse this bearish fair value gap and create an inverse fair value gap, all right, that bulls are in control. So coming into the day, I was unable to get anything on Monday or Tuesday. I was unable to get anything in my kill zone. So coming into the day, I wanted us to um, come down at 10 a.m. ideally, because 10 a.m. I find are higher probability setups when the 4 hour candle closes and the new one opens up, and I can try and trade in line with the 4 hour candle. So as you can see here, I believe it was YM actually that came down, tagged this gap, and ES failed to. So then again, forming bullish S&T, similar to the first example, but in this case it was inside an internal range liquidity. So YM came into this, well, ES obviously failed, right? So we had bullish S&T, and this was a high time frame daily external that I wanted to get hit. So as we come down here, you can see how it's very similar setup, but it was very wicky and it was very choppy around. So it wasn't ideal. And my aim was for at least to be mindful of this 5 minute in 5 minute civvy. So here, once this candle closes, it is the 10:30 candle, right? So once this closes, it'll confirm this inverse fair value gap. Also, this M5 order block, which is resting here. Oh, so this M5 order block here. So what I wanted to see was us go higher to at least this high, right? And as you'll see how quick this was. So it actually took my TP and then came down, right, and stopped me out or for a break even. So as soon as we took this TP, because my plan was originally to leave the rest to running up here. So my plan was originally to leave 20% running and take 80% off and go break even. So I managed to get the break even part, but my issue was that it didn't let me take any partials, right? I was in for 10 micros, I believe it was. And when you're trading with MFUs, you can only use a certain amount of contracts at one given time. So I wasn't able to get off any of my position. So that resulted in a BE, and I was happy with how that trade played out. But the reason it resulted in a BE, I'll put on screen either here or here. There was actually some Nvidia or there was some China tech release or news or something which caused this sudden candle. I do have a video on my TikTok of me live trading this, I believe, and it was very yeah, I do. It should be under like crazy results at the end or something like that. And it was so fast, especially on the 5 minute, because you can imagine how this candle came out of nowhere, right? So these are the two trades I took last week. I got one break even, one win. Uh, Last week was very hard. You just have to stay patient. There was a lot of times it wasn't clear for me on the intermediate time frame. The higher time frame would be clearer, but then as you go down to the 1 hour, for example, the 4 hour, it wasn't as clean. So yeah. But anyway, if you want to take these trades alongside me and learn the model that made me over five figures, then click the link in the bio and join my mentorship. And if you don't want to join the membership, then that's completely fine. I do have a free Discord as well, which I do run giveaways for alpha accounts, etc. So yeah, feel free to hit up the link below for all my socials, mentorship, free Discord, whatever.